Hi, my name is Michael Doyle, and I'm the Executive Director of the Virtual Edge Institute and founder of the Virtual Edge Summit. And today we're here with Todd Hanson, who's the founder of the Catalyst Performance Group and also the ROI of Engagement Institute. And I want to talk to Todd a little bit because he's going to be doing a session at the Virtual Edge Summit, January 12th and 13th. He's going to be focusing on measurement and how do you measure these kinds of engagements, whether it's a hybrid engagement or it's a virtual engagement. So Todd, take a minute and tell us a little bit about measurement and why it's important, and then maybe talk a little bit about your session and what you'll be doing.
Great. The interesting thing about virtual platforms is that there is really amazing analytics, right? Mm-hmm. All kinds of information about streaming content and activity of participants. So that gives you a great insight in terms of what's really taking place as you can measure it online. But where we have a gap is what's actually happening to the person in the seat in front of the monitor, right? What is their reaction and satisfaction? Are they really learning and understanding things? And are they then taking what they've learned and applying it in the workplace? Mm-hmm. And those are really important things to understand whether or not virtual meetings and events are having kind of business impact that we hope that they are. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So we're going to be talking about measurement according to ROI methodology that measures results in 5 different levels, including reaction and satisfaction and learning and understanding, and then application and implementation, and then we can actually take it to business impact. And some of the business impact we can monetize and compare that to expenses and actually calculate ROI, which is what, of course, all leadership really wants is, what's the payback, what's the ROI, what's, show me the money kind of
thing.
Yeah.
Right. Well, can you always measure to ROI, or isn't there some soft measurement in there as well, some soft benefits that should be taken into account, but maybe, don't map to a return on investment?
That's a great question, and leadership is invested in people all kinds of different ways and continue to do that. In many cases, really aren't expecting financial ROI on it. Okay, I mean, we're talking about people, right, and building relationships and creating opportunities to network, to create contacts, to have great things happen in the workplace. And so, on the other hand, though, maybe 5 or 10% of your programs are expensive, or they're really critical to your success, or they're maybe suspect, or you need to maybe defend a budget or justify something in the future. Then in that situation, you should consider measuring to ROI. But it's not, it does take time and effort to do that. And we believe that if it provides actionable insight, then great, you can measure to ROI. Yeah. Maybe 5 to 10% of the programs that you do.
Really, 5 to 10% would be actual programs that you would be able to take all the way through 5 levels to an ROI calculation.
Yes, it'd be 5 to 10% that would warrant it. Okay. Now, we do believe that you should be measuring results, the people side of things, for everything that you do, at least at level 1 and probably level 2. Yeah.
Okay. What do you think the biggest problem is with people in not measuring ROI or not really measuring the results of their event or their learning activity or their meeting?
Right. Part of it is an organization has to really understand the cyclical nature of the things that we do. Okay, there's the design, there's fulfillment, and then there's a measurement. And a lot of times we go design to fulfillment, right back in design. The measurement does take some time and effort, but it can really provide amazing insight that will drive continuous improvement that's evidence-based. So it's a function of spending the time there because it's going to provide payback, and it's a good thing to do.
Right. Well, I think you're really going to get a lot out of Todd's session. One of the things that we're doing that is I think, unique. No one has done this before, but we started last year. It's a 2-year process. But we're actually going out and measuring a hybrid event. So we're looking at both the physical audience as well as the virtual audience and measuring the various levels of engagement and satisfaction and hopefully at some point all the way up to ROI. But we'll see if it's this year or next year. But But that's some really interesting work that you've been doing, and we look forward to participating in that again this year and seeing those kinds of results, because that's very, very critical to this industry to figure out what's happening with people who are attending virtually and what's happening with people who are attending the physical event, and how can we improve both of those experiences.
Right. They're really different audiences, aren't they? And we've learned last year in measuring that they have different needs, different expectations, and we need to take that into consideration when we create the content and prepare speakers and things like that. And so we're getting a little smarter as we go with new technologies and just increasing the impact for the participant. So it's fun to do.
Great. Well, I want to thank Todd for being here and also participating in the Virtual Edge Summit, which is January 12th and 13th in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand Hotel, and also virtually in this environment as well. So thanks a lot, Todd.
Thank you, Michael.